We're going to see the men. And the commentators on this sport are the old diver himself, Olympic medalist back in 1960. That's Brian Phelps. And, of course, Hamilton Bland.
And the 6 best qualifiers for the men's individual competition, headed by John Hansen of Denmark on 64.3, with Nigel Rendell from Great Britain just 0.2 of a point behind. Nigel, 0.2 of a point behind John Hansen. What have you got to do to win this competition?
Really, I've got to do a nice steady routine with a little bit better form than last time.
What sort of points do you think you've got to get to beat him?
It's got to be in the region of 8.5.
Is it a disadvantage for you to be going before him?
Personally, I'd feel much happier in the situation where I am at the moment, because I compete and then John has to watch or hide away in the corner.
No, come on, can you win the thing?
It's possible.
This is Richard Cobbing, qualifying in 4th position for this final. Studying A-levels at Gateshead Technical College. Wants to be a stuntman, would you believe? In fact, studying human biology, psychology and communications. 2nd in the British Championships this year and 15th in the European Championships. He needs 35.0 for the lead. Scored 35.4 with this routine in the prelims, which had a tariff of 10.6. Not surprisingly, the best tune of the afternoon so far for Richard Cobbing with his 2nd voluntary routine.
An excellent routine there from Richard. Really clean-cut lines, well spotted. He kept the routine right in the meter box up until the last move. A half in, half out, good extension. A full in, half out, which is a 1.5 twisting double somersault with the full in the first somersault and the half in the out somersault. A half out piked, little bit wide split of the legs there, but a very nice routine. He's going to be well pleased with that, because under the stress of this sort of competition, it's very hard to turn out one of your best performances. But that surely was one of his best, because the judges score that at 35.8, which gives him a grand total of 97.9, and the lead with just 3 trampolinists. And now 2 trampolinists to go. This is Nigel Rendell from Great Britain. 64.1 he begins with. He needs 35.1 to go into the lead, with just 1 trampolinist to follow him. The 22-year-old from Poole in Dorset, a leisure centre coach, in fact coached by my commentating colleague, Brian Phelps. The British champion, 12th in the European Championships this year, and a very consistent performer indeed. The most difficult routine of all, a tariff of 11.6. Scored 36.2 with it in the prelims. And national coach Bert Scales acknowledging that fine performance from Nigel Rendell. Carl Furrer, former world champion, just congratulating him. I'm really pleased there, because coaching Nigel, I see his routines every day and I know just what I want, and whether I get it is not always the case. But here he really excelled himself. A little bit short in the opening in the double back pike there. A Rudy out with a little bit of travel. That worried me a little bit, because I wasn't sure how he was going to cope with bringing it back to the middle. But he did really great. A half in, half out, good extension. Full in, half out, and a very difficult half in Rudy out to finish. Excellent routine there.
And the judges in total agreement with that, because That round total was 36.2 and the grand total 100.3, which puts Nigel Rendell in the lead with just one competitor left. The result confirmed of the Hermesetas World Cup men's individual title. The gold medal going to John Hansen of Denmark with 101.4. Great Britain's Nigel Rendell taking the silver with 100.4. We'd in fact said 100.3 after his routine, but on analysis the tariff was increased and so was the score. In third place was John Merritt of Australia and young Richard Cobbing from Great Britain taking a very good fourth position.